Bring the dancers.
Let's talk with Lakshmee.
Again now.
Let's talk with Lakshmee. Yeah.
Bring the topics. Let we chat now.
Hi viewers, it's Lakshmee Singh from the Let's Talk with Lakshmee TV show. Guys, we are out on the streets. We are here at the Calvary Assembly on Rockaway for the 106 Precinct's Stop Gun Violence Awareness Day. Today, we're going to have politicians, we're going to have spiritual leaders, community leaders, and of course, the 106 Precinct come out to talk about the increase in gun violence that we've seen lately. Guys, we do not know what has triggered this, but every time we turn on the news, we're hearing of a shooting, whether it be in the train station, on the streets, at a party, at a club. It's just crazy, the amount of gun violence that we're seeing. We don't know what has caused this. You know, we've gotten out of one horrible situation with COVID, and it looks like New York City is just in another horrible situation with gun violence. Guys, we're gathered here today to see how can we help.
Gun violence is out of control in New York City. There has to be a way that the community and the police can work together to stop the violence. When you turn a blind eye to the crimes that are going on in your neighborhood, you're putting yourself and your family in danger. I read that they want to make the gun laws stricter. That's all well and good. It's just that the people that are obtaining these guns, they're obtaining them illegally. This is what the government needs to address. The person that killed my son, he was sentenced to 17 years last week. I don't think that equals a life. All I can say is, as long as there's a market, there'll be a black market. And we need to change that culture.
Viewers, we have seen such an increase today in New York City when it comes to gun violence. I'm standing here with Detective Reddick from the 106 Precinct, who has orchestrated a rally today against gun violence. Now, Brenda, we go back for many, many years, and usually it's on a happier event. And today it's so important that we talk about gun violence and we talk about the increase that we've seen in our community and in New York City. Now, Brenda, I want to ask you, you've been an officer for many years. Everybody knows you. You've helped the community in so many ways. What would you say has triggered the increase in gun violence lately?
I really wish I could tell you. I honestly don't know, but the senseless shootings, people are not reporting individuals that have these firearms and they're out on the street and they're carrying them. That's what we need the most, for them to say, this person has a firearm, and start turning them in. And by having these illegal firearms, because most of the time these firearms are illegal, by us confiscating them, hopefully in the future it will decrease some of the senseless violence that we're having with the firearms.
Officer Reddick just mentioned something that's very important, guys. If you're watching and you know someone who has a gun in their possession, an illegal gun in their possession, please do not be afraid, because lately we've been hearing a lot of shootings on the trains, a lot of senseless shootings. Kids, an 18-year-old was just killed last week right on Sutphin and Archer train station. A couple of weeks ago, we heard about the mass shooting on a train in downtown Brooklyn, I believe it is. And do not be afraid. Now, Officer Reddick, if somebody knows something and they know someone who has a gun, how do they report this?
They can come into one of the precincts and say, I have information. We have FIO officers. They investigate situations like this. So they can come in and say, listen, this person has a firearm. But we don't want them to just say something that's not true, because that put that person in jeopardy and it puts us in jeopardy. They have to actually know that this individual has a firearm and then report it. And they can remain anonymous.
Brenda, I know that you lost a family member because of gun violence. And you're a police officer. And sometimes people will look at you and say, this is something that could never happen to you because you're a police officer. Could you share with us who you lost and how this makes you feel?
This was one of my first cousins. He was killed. And when I got the phone call from his daughter's mother, I didn't understand what was going on because we're first cousins, but we're distant. You understand? Like, I do what I do, he did what he did, so I didn't really have that interaction. But because I'm a police officer, everyone knows to reach out to me if there's some question about what's going on. So when I got the phone call and then his mother called me, I was like, really? And you know, it's an impact of any family, not just because I'm in law enforcement. Anyone that loses a child, no matter what, or a family member to gun violence, it's traumatic. Or anyone to violence, period, it's dramatic. So, you know, he was shot. He lost his life, and I'm gonna miss him because that's a part of the family line that's gonna be cut for his mother. But I mean, I'm here to do my part and to speak on it and to hold events. Because of Senator Addabbo, we were able to hold this event, and we're actually going to have another one.
What would you like to see come out of these, you know, awareness programs that you're having, like today, like the one that you're going to have in the future? What would you like to impact the community with these events?
That the police in the community can work together on a positive note. Because again, this wouldn't have just happened because of me. It happened because the relationship that was built between the 106 precinct and every organization that showed up and every elected official that showed up, and just you in general, although we worked together for years, you didn't have to come out. So I just want to say thank you to everyone that was a part of this day. And I'm looking forward to having another one within the next few weeks, and more people will show up and say enough is enough. Stop gun violence.
That's right, guys. Enough is enough. If you know something, say something.
Keeping New York City safe just got easier. NYPD Crime Stoppers has a new app that allows anyone to provide information about crime that has occurred. And it's completely anonymous. You may be eligible to receive up to $2,500 for a tip that leads to an arrest and an indictment. Visit our website and social media channels for videos and information about other known violent crimes. You can also call 1-800-577-TIPS. Download our free app.
Our family and friends are a big part of who we are. They are our biggest supporters and confidants, and our source of bellyfuls of laughter.
And when it comes to keeping you connected, Western Union is here to make it safer and easier with their digital services. Now your family and friends overseas can send you money without leaving home by using the Western Union app or westernunion.com. Just visit gkmsonline.com to register and share your banking details with your sender to start receiving funds directly to your bank account, so you don't have to leave home to collect. Grace Kennedy Money Services, home of Bill Express, FX Trader, and Western Union, doing our part to help you stay safe and connected to the ones you love.
I was looking at some of the numbers. In 2021, the NYPD took in 6,000 guns off the streets just last year. And in the first weeks of this year, I think it was 350 illegal guns so far. I mean, that's an effort to get these illegal guns off our streets, which I think is very helpful. Up in Albany, we just did our budget. And in the budget, there's $227 million toward gun violence initiatives, $13 million for community stabilization units, $18 million to support local law enforcement, $3 million Office of Gun Violence. This is money invested directly, $227 million directly for gun violence. But it shouldn't stop there. We actually did changes to bail reform to hopefully give judges more discretion when they consider a person's past activity that may involve gun possession or gun violence. Sales and trafficking of guns to minors. So we're trying to do what we can to make sure that our neighborhood is safer, but we don't stop, because we're going to be working as a community together. We must succeed, we can succeed, and we will succeed if we work together. Thank you very much, everyone. God bless you all. Thank you.
On behalf of District Attorney Melinda Katz, I am here just to let you know that we are a part of this commitment to reduce gun violence. I am Executive ADA Colleen Babb, and I am in charge of the community partnerships. But more importantly, just to talk about some of the things we're doing in the DA's office. We've had gun buyback programs for this year. Ever since District Attorney Melinda Katz took office, we have collected 335 guns off the street. We are now doing a lot of ghost gun investigations and making those arrests because that is our new target and our new real-time threat. We have people in our communities that are ordering guns through the mail, that are receiving them and assembling them in their homes and selling them. And these ghost guns don't have serial numbers. They are not traceable, and that is our new threat. It used to be the iron pipeline, which is still a threat, but the fact that when those UPS trucks and FedEx and US Postal Service is delivering packages, and inside those packages someone is assembling a gun right in your basement or in your home next to yours, that's a real threat. And so we're committed to addressing that need. In addition, we have to also give real alternatives to young people so that they know that gun violence is not the choice. We have to show them viable options, viable alternatives, that they are not looking to negative role models and idle workshop problems. That being said, we have Saturday Night Lights, which is programs that we have throughout Queens and the communities every Saturday from 5 p.m. to 9 p.m. Those are basketball, soccer, all kind of events where you can come and get young people off the streets. Additionally, the DA's office, we spent $27 million in grants to community-based organizations for young wraparound services, for programs for young people, and we will continue to be committed to the young people to show them real alternatives and be committed to taking the drivers of crime, pushing them out, identifying them, arresting them, prosecuting them, and getting them out of our neighborhood. So together, we're all stakeholders, we're all committed. The only way we reduce this gun violence is if we come together as communities. So thank you, everybody.
I lost my cousin a couple of years ago, Raymond Rule, to gun violence in Baisley, Southside Jamaica, Queens. That's where I'm from. And I'm just happy to see that people can get together and come out and support, stuff like this, because nowadays we're getting older, things are different out here, and it's a lot of stuff going on out here that people don't know about. This gun violence thing is very serious. Like, it's a lot of lives lost. I just knew the kid that got killed at the train station on Parsons and Archer recently, shot 5 times in the chest for no reason at all. I mean, seriously, when it comes to people getting killed in the train station, like, it makes no sense. So my suggestion is give the guns up, live your life, get to be my age. I'm 51, still doing it.
We're here today. A lot of community leaders are here. We are a community. These are our streets. We are the people who live here, we worship here, we work here. All of the police department personnel who are here serve us, and they serve us well. By and large, what we are seeing is a societal problem, as Captain Bacchi said. And there are basic truths in this world. And one truth is, when good people stay silent in the face of evil, that evil will continue. We as a community, each one of us in all of our relationships with others in the community, need to be those voices that are saying what is going on is wrong. A lot of what is being said, and we all hear it in personal conversations, we all hear it or read it on Facebook and all the other social media sites. We are a society right now that is glorifying violence. When you see, especially in relationship to criminal acts that take place, and every criminal act is something that should not happen, but no one should be condoning what we read and see on social media, that somebody who is committing a minor crime should be shot, should be whatever, should be killed. criminals should be, locked up forever and ever. We need to start moderating what people are hearing and seeing. The most important thing each one of us can do is make sure that everywhere we are in this community, speaking and talking to anybody, whether it's a one-on-one conversation or a meeting, we need to be the voices changing the message. I'm old enough to remember the days before impaired driving became the big no-no that it is today. It took people constantly reinforcing that message. So today people do think about driving when drunk. We need to do the same thing with guns. There are legal guns that are also being used in ways that they should not be being used. We need to be the voices that say that. I know I'm preaching to the choir, but I urge you all to go out of here today and keep this message going till we change what is going on in this society today.
Our family and friends are a big part of who we are. They are our biggest supporters and confidants, and our source of bellyfuls of laughter.
And when it comes to keeping you connected, Western Union is here to make it safer and easier with their digital services. Now your family and friends overseas can send you money without leaving home by using the Western Union app or westernunion.com. Just visit gkmsonline.com to register and share your banking details with your sender to start receiving funds directly to your bank account, so you don't have to leave home to collect. Grace Kennedy Money Services, home of Bill Express, FX Trader, and Western Union, doing our part to help you stay safe and connected to the ones you love.
At Better Vision Optical, we know you love what you see. Come in and look for that perfect fit for your fashion, style, and budget. We have new frames at affordable prices to have you looking your best. Shop designer name brands like Burberry, Coach, and Gucci. We also have a wide variety of sunglasses like Versace and Ray-Ban. Visit our store at 11117 Lefferts Boulevard, Queens, New York for friendly, personal service, or shop online at buyeyeglass.com. Better Vision Optical, we make you see the difference. When looking at places that cares for the elderly, My Indian Nursing Home is that perfect place. We provide a clean and safe family environment with culturally experienced and qualified medical staff on site, such as doctors, nurses, physical therapists, and cooks. All of our residents can celebrate cultural festivities and have access to recreational programs with Indian TV, music, live shows, entertainment, and so much more. For the perfect place for comfort, culture, and care, bring your parents to My Indian Nursing Home, a home away from home.
Keeping New York City safe just got easier. NYPD Crime Stoppers has a new app that allows anyone to provide information about crime that has occurred. And it's completely anonymous. You may be eligible to receive up to $2,500 for a tip that leads to an arrest and an indictment. Visit our website and social media channels for videos and information about other known violent crimes. You can also call 1-800-577-TIPS. Download our free app.
Good afternoon, everybody. I bring you greetings from behalf of 100 Suits. Congratulations, Detective Reddick, on a beautiful event. It's always good to see community and everyone come together in regards to the senseless gun violence in our communities. I'm the founder of 100 Suits. We have 3 offices in New York City, one in downtown Brooklyn, one in Laurelton, and one in Jamaica. We employ the New York City Crisis Management System, which is a group of credible messages in communities that have high gun violence. I'm happy to say that since we have started our office in Laurelton, shootings have gone down in our catchment area. We have a 35-block catchment area. So think of the work that my staff is doing. I have my community coordinator and my outreach worker in the back, respectively, Serena and Stacy. So just want to say it's really good to see this. We will continue to stay on the front lines and be partners with everybody and making sure that we combat this senseless gun violence in our communities. It starts with us. Thank you.
My name is Rohan. Narine. I am a liaison at the Office of the Mayor. And while there are so many things that I can say regarding the new mayoral administration, new mayoral priorities, and the vision for the mayor in this term, we do want to address this persistent issue of gun violence. The mayor is working ultra hard on this. I don't know if Kevin Livingston is still here, but the mayor's office does work very closely with 100 Suits on their new initiatives. We're very grateful for that. And I definitely want to thank someone who's been with the mayor's office working hard, Detective Brenda Reddick. A big round of applause for Detective Reddick and Officer Jaffe. These two individuals, I think they work on all days that end in Y.
My wife will travel periodically with the A train in the city. And when she arrives to her workplace, she will sometimes text me and say that she has arrived. But one particular day, like 2 months ago, as she was in the A train, I got a call from her, but her voice was not clear because of the reception. A few minutes after I received a voice note, her voice was traumatized and she was basically scared. From the voice note, I've learned that she said to me that there were two young boys or youngsters in the train waving their guns. It was traumatizing for her and those around her. At one point, I thought that she will not be home. And I knew that receiving that call and hearing her voice, that things were not okay. She was lucky to come home, but there are many that we know of that was not as lucky and, subhanAllah, should I say, privileged to be home to their family members. As a Muslim leader, we want to say that in our theology, in our teachings, we believe, like many other religious denominations, that life is sacred, that God Almighty has fashioned the humankind with His own hands, which is an indication of the sanctity of life. In our theology, that we are told that if you save a life, it is as if you save the life of the entire humankind. And if you take a life, it is as if you take a life of the entire humankind. As the Imam of Masjid Abedin in our community, we stand beside the call of keeping all guns off the street, hands of our children and members in our neighborhood that are not licensed. We call to stop all the gun violence within our community. We can only do this if we hold hands with each other and educate our youngsters and the youths. Bravery is not holding a gun or carrying a gun or packing, as they say, but rather bravery can be acquired through knowledge and empowering our younger community with knowledge so that they may understand and engage in them in community services.
Our family and friends are a big part of who we are. They are our biggest supporters and confidants, and our source of bellyfuls of laughter.
And when it comes to keeping you connected, Western Union is here to make it safer and easier with their digital services. Now your family and friends overseas can send you money without leaving home by using the Western Union app or westernunion.com. Just visit gkmsonline.com to register and share your banking details with your sender to start receiving funds directly to your bank account, so you don't have to leave home to collect. Grace Kennedy Money Services, home of Bill Express, FX Trader, and Western Union, doing our part to help you stay safe and connected to the ones you love.
At Better Vision Optical, we know you love what you see. Come in and look for that perfect fit for your fashion, style, and budget. We have new frames at affordable prices to have you looking your best. Shop designer name brands like Burberry, Coach, and Gucci. We also have a wide variety of sunglasses like Versace and Ray-Ban. Visit our store at 11117 Lefferts Boulevard, Queens, New York for friendly, personable service, or shop online at buyeyeglass.com. Better Vision Optical, we make you see the difference.
Keeping New York City safe just got easier. NYPD Crime Stoppers has a new app that allows anyone to provide information about crime that has occurred. And it's completely anonymous. You may be eligible to receive up to $2,500 for a tip that leads to an arrest and an indictment. Visit our website and social media channels for videos and information about other known violent crimes. You can also call 1-800-577-TIPS. Download our free app.
Well, viewers, I was very lucky to be able to catch up with Captain Bacchi. He's the captain of the 106th Precinct right here in Queens, New York. Now, Captain Bacchi, this was such a wonderful event. So many people came out, so many politicians came out, so many spiritual leaders came out to support this event against gun violence. Now, the community is going to be looking at this and saying, you know, what can we as a community do to help stop this? Because so many people are losing lives senselessly. You know, we look at the gun shootings that's been happening on the trains, and people are thinking, I can't even go to work. I have to worry. But as a community, what can we do?
Well, the police department has some programs in place that if you know somebody that has a gun, you can call us at 866-GUN-STOP, and we'll offer a $1,000 reward for information leading to the arrest of individuals in possession of illegal firearms. You can remain anonymous. Also, if you have information on crimes occurring in the precinct or across the city, you can call our Crime Stoppers hotline at 1-800-577-TIPS, and you can remain anonymous. And there's rewards up to $3,500. So that's just some of the ways that you can help. But other ways you can help is by coming out to events like this and show your support, because gun violence not only impacts the individual, but it impacts families and community as a whole. This event highlights the police department's collaboration with the community and our elected officials to address the ongoing crisis of gun violence across the city. I'm happy to say that even though we had inclement weather, there was a large turnout, which shows the importance in addressing gun violence.
Now, does the police department have programs for youths to get involved with, to maybe like stay off of the street? How can they get involved with those type of programs?
Sure. So at the local level, at your precincts, we do have the Explorer program. That's an opportunity for kids to learn about what it is to be a police officer. Our other youth services are Saturday Night Lights. We get the kids off the streets. It's mainly sporting events, basketballs or volleyball, some other sporting event. But it's an opportunity to get the kids off the streets and do something productive. The city also uses summer youth employment. That the application period is open, so that's another way, is to give them alternatives, viable alternatives to violence.
No, Captain Bacchi, a lot of people are wondering why this increase. You know, what has triggered this? I don't know if you can answer this, but what do you think has triggered this increase in gun violence in New York City?
I think the proliferation of firearms in the communities, the easy access to guns. I think it's also cultural. Mainstream media is reporting on it daily. I think also it's possibly connected to glorification of violence. And maybe we've come to accept that it's okay to shoot somebody, which is, it's not okay to shoot somebody, obviously, but I think that maybe the perception out there is the pick up a weapon and use it against somebody, as opposed to resolving a conflict through other means peacefully.
Well, viewers, thanks for tuning into this week's episode of Let's Talk with Lakshmee. We are here at the Stop Gun Violence rally with the 106th Precinct. Remember, if you know something, say something. If you know someone who has an illegal weapon or firearm, please report it to the tip line. Remember, you could be a lifesaver.